Spider-Man Sinister Six focuses on Spider-Man after leaving the Avengers and also still recovering from the death of Gwen Stacy, with Mary Jane Watson being introduced as his new love interest. Peter also finds a mentor in the form of Otto Octavius and faces off against Harry Osborn, who found out about his father's death and blames Spider-Man, seeking revenge as the new Goblin. The inhibitor chip on Otto's mechanical arms breaks, causing him to become the villain Dr. Octopus and break Vulture, Mysterio, Electro, and Rhino out of prison. They're also joined by the new Goblin, forming the Sinister Six. During the final battle, Harry Osborn switches sides, helping Spider-Man defeat the villains, but dying in the process. Captain America Mad Bomb is essentially this universe's version of Civil War. Following the new Avengers, who have also recently recruited Iron Man, dealing with a device known as the Mad Bomb, created by Baron Zemo to brainwash anyone nearby to attack the Avengers. The Mad Bomb is also used on the Hulk, bringing him back into the picture. In addition to the Mad Bomb, the team faces Zemo's mercenaries, including Black Widow, Hawkeye, Taskmaster, and Crossbones. Black Widow and Hawkeye obviously switch sides and join the Avengers. They manage to calm the Hulk down, destroy the Mad Bomb, and defeat Zemo. Doctor Strange in the Dream Dimension has Strange trapped in the Dream Dimension with Nightmare, while Clea and Wong try to rescue him. The whole thing is more of a horror movie with Nightmare haunting Strange, but by the end he manages to escape. Expanding the supernatural side of this universe beyond Strange is a Ghost Rider movie, starring Kurt Russell as Johnny Blaze, a motorcycle stuntman who sells his soul to the demon Mephisto to save his father figure Crash Simpson, who dies anyway. Johnny finds himself bonded to the spirit of vengeance, becoming Ghost Rider. The main villain will be Crash Simpson's old partner, the Orb. Due to when he was created, Blackheart wouldn't be used until the third movie. The second Thor movie, Thor Journey into Mystery, begins with a flashback. Asgard once went to war with another alien race and ended up wiping out almost all of them. The sole survivor merges with the hatred of all the others killed and becomes Mangog. Mangog is defeated and imprisoned beneath Asgard until today when he is accidentally released. Mangog seeks revenge, coming into conflict with Thor and Loki and even killing Odin. This causes the Odin Force to split between Thor and Loki, who together become powerful enough to destroy Mangog. Daredevil and Elektra shows Daredevil's past with Elektra as the two of them dated, but Elektra left shortly before Matt became Daredevil. Elektra joined the Hand, where she trained as an assassin under Kirigi. Elektra ends up in New York fighting Daredevil, who recognizes her, and reveals himself as Matt Murdock. Elektra turns on the Hand and joins Daredevil in fighting them. Together they defeat the Hand. Spinning off of their appearance in Age of Ultron and Mad Bomb, Ant-Man and the Wasp get their own movie, where they are captured by Egghead while shrunken and have to escape from his lab. X-Men Brotherhood has Magneto forming the Brotherhood of Mutants with Mystique, Pyro, Scarlet Witch, Quicksilver, and Rogue. As the X-Men and Brotherhood battle, Rogue switches sides, joining the X-Men. And also Xavier's students, Iceman, Kitty Pryde, and Colossus are inspired to help out during the final battle. The Brotherhood is defeated, but then they are all teleported away by a beam of light. Fantastic Four would be similar to the 90s movie, which I have seen, but it was a while ago and I can't find it anymore. It probably wouldn't be the exact same, but it would follow a similar plot, including the team's origin with Doctor Doom as the main villain and Mole Man as a secondary villain. The movie ends with Reed and Sue's wedding being interrupted by the team being beamed away. This saga's first big event would be an adaptation of Marvel's first big event, Avengers Secret Wars. The comic would be pretty new at the time, so the movie would probably start being written soon after the comic begins, which is also why I didn't really get to build this up in a saga, aside from the last two movies. Part 1 sees the heroes, including the Avengers, X-Men, Fantastic Four, and Ghost Rider, being teleported to Battleworld by the Beyonder, alongside villains from the saga including Doctor Doom, Magneto and the Brotherhood, Ultron, who is resurrected in a new body, the Sinister Six, Baron Zemo, Taskmaster, and a bunch of other surviving villains. The heroes and villains fight, and the movie ends with Doctor Doom stealing the powers of the Beyonder and taking over Battleworld. In between parts 1 and 2 of Secret Wars, Miss Marvel would release, following Carol Danvers as she discovers her powers and becomes the hero, Miss Marvel, and facing off against Moonstone. During the movie, Carol discovers her powers are tied to an alien race, the Kree, causing her to end up going into space to investigate. The movie takes place at the same time as Secret Wars Part 1 and ends with Carol arriving on Battleworld. Secret Wars Part 2 begins with Miss Marvel arriving to find Battleworld ruled by Doctor Doom ever since he took the Beyonder's powers. She joins the resistance against Doom alongside some other heroes as they travel across Battleworld to get to Doom's fortress and take him down. Along the way, Spider-Man gets the symbiote, ending in a final battle with all the heroes against all the villains. Most of the villains are defeated, however Doom is so powerful, defeating most of the heroes. However, the Hulk refuses to give up and dies fighting Doom, while Doctor Strange sacrifices himself to cast a spell and teleport everyone back home. Back on Earth, Captain America retires, leaving Iron Man to lead the Avengers, joined by Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch. The epilogue to Phase 2 is Iron Man 2, where Tony has to deal with the aftermath of Secret Wars, as well as now being the leader of the Avengers, while dealing with Obadiah Stane, a competitor of his, who builds his own armor and becomes the villain Ironmonger. And that's it for this saga. Of course, this universe would continue with more movies and probably be rebooted at this point. And also, shortly after this universe started, DC would have released Superman, which they could have used to start their own universe, something I might cover later on.